Okay, we're back. Okay. So Martus is running. Well, we know what he's running. Amoeba, mono blue, mono yellow, mono red, and then we have a probably a burn that was got banned. Uh, Amoeba opting to ban the green deck. And then we're going to start with the blue tempo, the blue jump from Martus, and let's see what Amoeba may be going for his own blue jump deck. Goes with the yellow. Okay. Okay, so we got some yellow flyers coming from Amoeba. And Martus has his blue jump here, strong opening, can do Battle Toads next turn, and then Sunken Tower after that. Amoeba getting the Sky Captain in his starting hand. Decides to play the Emissary and the Demon Wing first. Opting for something to play in front of the Sky Captain, I guess. Battletoads come out, looking to probably kill the Demon Wing next turn. Sky Captain probably coming out as well on the right side. Decides to play the Demon Wing away from this Toad. But that just makes it. Placing the land there makes him able to just shift Sunken Tower and then jump on to make the really aggressive Colossus land. Does prevent the double collection though. But securing that land is very worth it. Being able to play the 4-4. I don't know why he played the Sky Captain on the left side really. Playing the 4-4 there kind of messes him up. This Emissary is not really in a position to trade with this Triton Warrior either. Even with the Celestial Tower, he needs to have his Fanatic or Flashwind. He can Celestial Tower the Sky Captain away if he wants to do that. But it means that his face is going to be open. Okay, so it decides to move the Sky Captain away, putting the 5/3 in range to fight the Triton Warrior. Decides to hit face. Could have killed the Celestial Tower, actually. I think that would have been quite good value. Places a Tide Lord to block. And then moves the land back so he can collect with his Toad. So Martus is all up in his face right now, needs to be able to deal with this ASAP. Does have a 6/3 Demon Wing. Ooh, nice. Trades the Sky Captain with the Toad. Stop the collection right there and then. Has enough for the champion. So he can move the Tide Lord back and is able to trade with it next turn, but he is going to take another 6 damage to the face. Two Triton trainers he could play out right now. Does he want to clear this Sky Captain? I think so, because he's gonna get. It's very likely he's gonna get traded anyway, so might as well get the value on the Sky Captain. Two Triton trainers coming out. Now Amoeba, the 6/4 is not looking too juicy now anymore. Still needs to kill it though. Very awkward lake as well at his face. So he has a Manta Rider, but really not enough. And placing the 6/3 Demon Wing doesn't really solve anything either. Should probably draw right now. I guess he just takes the trade on the Tide Lord, and then places the Manta Rider at his face. Doesn't trade the Tide Lord, but clears the Bat Collector. But it just means that this Tide Lord can take another value trade. You can also play the Water Elemental back to double collect again. I don't think there's really much need for this Beirut, so. Decides to play it back. Goes to the trade on the champion. And then water elemental. Okay, so he's resetting slightly. So we've actually got the first Colossus of the game, but he wants to probably go. Yeah, he goes for this Beirut so he can deny the lands. Doesn't know that Amoeba has two Flash Winds. I mean, two Soul Drains in his hand, but even then, he can just trade all of this in and Soul Drain, which we probably will need to do right now. The Vulture, unfortunately, cannot take the attack from Beirut. As he would like to do. Okay, so he has the Colossus at Amoeba's face. Amoeba struggling to really get anything on board at the moment. Sky Captain is not really what he wants. Khalim also just gets killed by the Colossus. Not really much he can go for. Plays the Khalim in hopes of hitting face. But Martus doesn't really care about that at the moment. He just can play another Colossus down. And try and force some sort of reaction. Because he is going to win the race if he does put everything to face. Amoeba going for hitting face, blocking with the follower. Not really sure what he's going to do. I mean, He can play that, but he's still being threatened with 14 damage. Playing the Triton Warrior up front. And now game one goes to Martus. We have game two. Amoeba going for his own blue deck. So we've got a blue versus blue again. Both kind of the same style, actually. If not exactly. No, is it exactly the same? No, because he runs the Emperor's Command, right? But it's the same style way. They're trying to get to each other's face as quick as possible whilst collecting. So Martus. Oh, sorry. Martus getting the Triton train is an okay opening, but really wants to get like Water Elemental or even like Mystic Beast. Especially when he has the Sunken Tower. Opting to go for the same side is slightly stronger with these Triton trainers, so he can trade this Battletoad combination fairly well. And even no movement at the moment, so isn't going to be able to take any favourable trades here. So Amoeba, knowing that he can't win these trades, he's going to start going on the other side, which is a really huge setback for him, especially with two Mystic Beasts in his hand. Although Martus can't really contest the other side at the moment. Does have the Water Elemental, so he's going to get that Mystic Beast spot. He could double neutral for it, actually, and get the really tight spot in the corner. Just means that his Frogify can't be online for another turn, which is fine. Forced to trade this for free. Slightly unfavorably, but it is what it is. Yeah, going for that really deep Mystic Beast spot, which will be later used for the Colossus. Martus got his own Mystic Beast spot as well. Probably also going to opt for the one in the corner for his Colossus later on as well. Does have a Tide Lord. Can place it pretty aggressively for a very favorable trade if he wants to do that. So it's either so he's placing on the Battletoads so that he can't step Amoeba can't step on his lands. And then probably gonna go for a lake and then Mystic Beast spot right there. Because Tide Lord I guess does value trade, but Mystic Beast is slightly cheaper, so it's not too bad. Amoeba going for the Frogify for that trade is very. Just realize that Mystic Beast is only free Feria, right? He has one board quite a lot, but does lose a lot of value in that trade. Okay. Stabilize slightly now. Amoeba could +1 Colossus. He could place another Mystic Beast down. I think playing the second Mystic Beast is probably what you want to do here. I could collect and play the Colossus as well. That's not a bad shout, actually. Um. Oh wow. Hey, the Beirut coming out is pretty dire because it's gonna get traded. It can get full traded here with just the Ninja Toad. So Amoeba can go for 8 damage. Actually, could also trade this Tide Lord on the left side here. I would say okay. So clears the Beirut, leaves his Mystic Beast out. Goes for 4 damage. Quite stable. Martus does have 2 Colossuses though. Could race. No, doesn't have the Pharaoh. Doesn't really have the Pharaoh for anything. He has to +1 and pass. Crazy. Amoeba going for the kill here. I think this is the one. Yeah, plays it back. Not really much for him to do now. Sorry, I'm trying to find... I'm trying to order sushi for dinner. So hungry right now. This is why I can't be like playing these tournaments. Okay, Martus got his red mid-range deck coming out. Oh no, it's mechs. Okay. Well, mechs mid-range. Amoeba playing slightly back, scared of this red here. Does not want to get value traded by this brigand. So he's probably going to scurry off to the other side. Double neutral. Doesn't want to give up the Axe Grinder spot actually as well. So yeah, forced to play something here. Oh yeah, didn't notice the Aurora. So that's great.
Would you like some tea?
Aurora's really good. Placing the huge fat Tide Lord down right on his mountain. But there's a reaction from the Ground Shaker there and the Detonate coming out. Pretty dire. Going all out with the Flame Burst as well. It's kind of crazy. So, maybe a slightly sticky situation here. Doesn't have any Mystic Beast spot. Could make one right now if he moves his Toad onto the mountain. Does also stop the collection from Martus. But unfortunately, that does leave him at... It does give him a value trade, so... Oh, I guess the Toad would finish it off anyway, so it's not really too big of a deal. Does want to hit it now, because he doesn't want to afford to lose more stuff to detonate. Surprised he didn't trade that Mystic Beast in. Bobsleigh can kind of finish the job. Not an amazing value, but at least it keeps the Shaker alive. And it's not like Amoeba has removal of his own, apart from the Ninja Toad. Doesn't want to play that, really. Does have Battletoads, but again, just plays into Detonate, really. So he's very stuck on what to do. The Triton Warrior isn't really great here because of the stat lines. Martus has got a cannon carrier now as well. No Detonate though. So maybe he wants to save the cannon carrier for when he can detonate. Has a boss. Boss is really good for these toads. So Martus has snugged himself into the corner there. Ninja Toad is in hand for Amoeba, but honestly not really playable. Decides to just drop a Triton Warrior at his face and then pass. Martus though does have the grappling hook. Could wait turn maybe before using it. Honestly, I don't know what Amoeba should be doing right now. I think probably going on the just committing onto the right side here. He hasn't been able to get a single collection from the enemy well. So his Colossus is not really something he can play right now. Already has 5 lakes, so investing the will for anything else is kind of feels really bad. Could Elemental Sunken Tower to move his Toad. Okay, goes for the clear on the Bomb Slinger. Doesn't really want to deal with this boss at the moment. Needs to wait for something much better, like an Emperor's Command or something. Meanwhile, Martus having 2 Flame Bursts in hand could just clear this warrior, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Goes for the aggressive on this Ground Shaker. Right at his face. Okay, he's found the Emperor's Command, which is what he wanted. And now he has to deal with this 5/6 Ground Shaker. Probably going to play Water Elemental just so that he can hope for a collection, although probably will get completely removed by this flame burst. Detonate also coming out, so he's able to deal with this Triton warrior pretty seamlessly. Just seeing if he can play this cannon carrier. Probably can clear the 2-1 as well. He places it properly. Yep. Goes for the detonate. Hits into face as well with the detonate, which is huge. So that goes. That game also. No, actually, now it's 2-1 to Martus. We have last game. Or not last game. Possibly last game. Amoeba. Going for his own red. Looks like a mid-range as well. 5 neutrals, probably some are horse masters. Oh, Red Rush with the Mace Man. Okay, liking this. Mace Man, and then what the other neutrals? Probably Queen's Guard with the Gift of Steel. Very decent start with the Mace Man right at his face. Probably gonna let him hit him once, and then use the Bomb Slinger. Clears the Brigand, just so that he can't collect. Does devalue the Bomb Slinger move a little bit. But he still wants to do it though. He wants to have a collection up. Just to see if he doesn't have Cypher's Wrath, which he does. He can play that. So he could Cypher's Wrath. He could also just Brigand and Boss. But that would allow him to collect, so I think he wants to just go for the Cyphers and the Boss. I think placing the Mount in the face is okay, just so he can play Boss without having to worry about being blocked. But he does also want that Actriner spot quite badly. It's very good if he gets it. Won't give it to him though. Double Flame Burst. Kind of resetting it a bit. He can play Brigand. I think what he would do was play a third mountain, play Brigand at face. Goes for the Boss. Reaction from Ground Shaker as well. He can play an Outgrinder if he wants to. Or does he want to go for the Brigand? Goes for the Brigand instead. Has to be careful of Detonate. He is sitting on a healthy amount of Ferry though. A lot of axe grinders could come down right now. He even could Recurocopter and Cypher's Wrath, but maybe it's better if he waits for... Oh, Queen's Guard is very nice, actually. If he hits face and then plays a Queen Guard where the Brigand is currently at right now, would require him to use a lot of removal to clear that Brigand, so it's probably a good idea to do that. You could actually Axe Grinder as well to top it off. Decides to play the Queen's Guard slightly back. It's okay. And the Cypher comes down from Martus. Okay, so he's in a bit of a trouble right now. The Recurocopter, I mean, comes down for sure, but he needs to be able to deal. Okay, I forgot about the Cypher's Wrath. Very nice, and then the Axe Grinder as well. Lovely. Martus' hand not looking very good at the moment. The detonate's not really doing anything for him. Does get a cannon carrier. He's gonna pass next and hold the Farrier for the cannon carrier combo. So needs to +1 for this. Unfortunately, he cannot kill the Axe Grinder as well. Unless... no. He has to wait another turn. Maybe we'll probably trade the Axe Grinder with the bot.
Let's explode together.
Full clears as well. Plays the Queen's Guard. So Amoeba constantly keeping the pressure on for Martus, and yeah, he goes for a defeat there. He does not want to be. He doesn't want to deal with that at all. So it's 2-2. Going to game 5. Martus saving his yellow deck for last. Yellow versus red. I think Martus should be able to win this, especially since it's red rush. If it was burn, slightly different. Maybe Amoeba could pull this out, but red rush is pretty difficult against yellow flyers, yellow monstrosity even. Standard opening for both of them. Amoeba opting for a early mountain, just so he can Cypher's Wrath this Demon Wing. But the monstrosity coming out immediately, so it's going to be pretty difficult for Amoeba to penetrate this. Opts to play the Brigand instead. Maybe that was the plan all along. Playing the Bomb Slinger to get rid of this monstrosity as soon as possible, along with the Ground Shaker. Doesn't leave Martus actually with many options. Does have the Air Elementals, so he can clear this this Ground Shaker. Still leaves him with only one creature on board. Emissary making it slightly more valuable, but maybe he's thinking of playing the Elemental just so they can get to 5 deserts quicker. Ellie coming down in combination with the Soul Drain. Amoeba needs to go for this collection here. I don't think he needs to worry about face at the moment. He has a lot of warp control right now. He has a Cypher's Wrath to punish this Ellie, and he can just wait next turn. He could also Blood Song and see what happens, but I think he does not want to do that. Opts for a draw. Queen's Guard. Can play that next turn. Also Blood Song and see what happens. So Martus is in a situation where he's perpetually just playing creatures and they're getting removed. Not looking too good for him. Blood Song. Hitting the Bomb Slinger is huge here. Keep clearing this emissaries.
Let's explode together.
I feel like Martus is not really enjoying this at the moment. Even if he manages to remove these and stabilize the board. We have the Ground Shakers. Right, so he concedes it. So this set is going to Amoeba. He's moving on to finals. It's finals, right? Yeah, finals.